Yeah, a chance to get back in here. Big John, Big Bad John. He chopped our trees down, so we're going to pick up where we left off. I'm going to touch on a few topics, and then we're going to take a few different callers just to get different insights or different groups of questions. So I know who to call in first. So we was talking about, the Chinese, the Moors had Chinese servants that they traded when they fought wars in China. All of this shit is documented in the Shogunate. When you start reading the Shogun series, you start to put together the interaction between the seafarers and the people from the islands in the Pacific. You had a different group of people that sailed the Pacific than you did from sailing the Atlantic. And normally, if you went south, which is up, you would meet in the Indian Ocean, which is the junction between the Atlantic and the Pacific on the Asian South. So you got the Indian Ocean and the all over here between the Pacific and the Atlantic, south of China and India, right? So you got the Indian Ocean and you got the South Pacific. They run up on the South Pacific. Then we end up in the Polynesian Islands, going into New Zealand, going into Australia, and now we find ourselves in the outback. Different people were sailing at different parts of the land. Enlil's children chased lifetimes trying to stop the rise of the air and murder the sun before he can get power. This is the story of Loki in the Norse mythology, the son of the Ice Princess. And the Ice Princess is Isis, and Isis is the Dame of the North, and the Dame of the North mean the woman that comes from the North, the underworld. The underworld was the North, and the top of the world was the South, right? So that's why in Australia they say top of the morning to you, but over here we say good morning. What the fuck just happened, right? We don't say the bottom of the morning. We don't want you to know that we on the bottom of the planet. Because that way the problem of making us orient our psyche to see up as north, that's going to disorient us from understanding how to correctly see, because our subconscious senses is south is up, but they got you in your conscious mind focused on north being up. So this causes your brain to have to flip to match what you believe. But if you believe misinformation, your brain don't want to flip. It don't want to accept misinformation. So when it hears the correct information, it gravitates to it instantly. That's what I'm trying to tell you right there. South is up, north is down. The cold is underworld and the hot is the motherfucking top of the world. The top of the world is the side of the planet that the sun hit first. And the bottom of the world is the time that get mostly caught up in the shadows of the top of the world. But we don't understand that because of the tropical to polar regions. The South, when you get to past the 33rd parallel, every couple hundred miles after that, the temperature taking a drastic decline this time of the year, right? If you want to get somewhere where it's warm this time of the year, everybody know, move south, because south is up, because it's closer to the sun. That's why I get more heat. And it absorbs the heat that's supposed to get down here, But we down on the bottom, so we going to catch the last of those vestiges of it, and it's going to be colder here. So south is up, north is down. The pole was flipped to confuse you. That's called the Lucifer lens has been flipped. Because when you see it from its right orientation, now what was upside down turns right side up. What was turned around backwards become turned around right side forward. Right? So everything is aligned according to how you're supposed to see it. Then you start seeing further than you ever thought you could see before, even without your eyes. Let that sink in. So, we made alliances and intermarried with Asians in the Southwest during that period of time because they the ones who passed us the crypt key in the public domain, right? And the crypt key is the handicap symbol. And the handicap symbol was for the cripples. And the cripples was the ones with the canes, unless they was lords. Then they was the lords of a vice. But not a Miami vice. Just a vice. Right? But you will know if they're a vice lord because they're going to be a gent. A perfect gentleman. Right? Then they're going to wear a top hat. You see what I'm saying? So when you bump straight left or right, you're going to end up in Big Mama house. And no matter whether you come from the mother line, Red Lodge, or the father line, Blue Lodge, when you get in Big Mama house, they going to put you in some black and gold shit. And once they put you in the black and gold shit, that's the only way you can unify all the families. You got to know who everybody is on the land. So the Norsemen that came over here became known as Vikings. And we know them today as bikers, Hell's Angels, Outlaw Riders, Devil Disciples, El Diablos, right? All up with the number 13 on the bottom of their jacket, working for Big Mama, personal permission. They didn't come uninvited. They asked for permission and was granted as long as they lived under their own vine and fig tree. That's why they don't like civilians in their business, and y'all civilians keep getting in them people business. And then you wonder why you end up getting fucked up by a biker. Stay out their motherfucking family business. You don't want nobody in your family business. All of the motherfucking bikers formed into an alliance now. Big Mama told them to do it. She said, now y'all all gonna get together and y'all finna stop tearing my motherfucking property up. And when baby boy say, come on, y'all gonna have to fucking move. Right? So they all had to send somebody to make sure they had the right motherfucking baby boy. I ain't Tyrese, motherfucker. And that show as fuck ain't scared of Ving Rhames. I'm the real gorilla. I was a knocking motherfuckers around in the knock around game since I was knocking motherfuckers out since I was 13. So, it is what it is. It ain't personal. It's just business. It's just family business. So we was telling y'all about the timing on the zodiac is matching the events on the ground. When you start understanding that, then you understand how to read that shit. It take a lot of study to understand it. And now we got to try to make it simple enough for it to make sense for a person that never studied it to be able to rationalize what we're talking about. I had a lot of, I don't post a lot when I get knocks from bikers. A lot of that, because they so in-house, most of the flips I get from them, I just flip it to the leader of the Hell's Angels to put it to the board to solve it. And most of their problems get solved without outside interference. So this easier. Look, it's harder to deal with my own real people than it is to deal with some of them killers that they call bikers, gangbangers. Them motherfuckers got more of a code of honor than a regular motherfucker, because they don't even know who's oppressing them. They just going along to get along because they don't want to upset nobody. They don't want nobody mad at them. They don't want nobody to think that they was being rude. They didn't want nobody to stop them from living their little fancy life. They didn't want, they just want to just leave them people there. They won. They conquered. Just leave them there. Man, fuck them people. Fuck they feelings. Fuck they motherfucking family feelings. Treat them motherfuckers the way they treated us, because we gonna go by the same motherfucking foundation they laid. They laid down some dirt, now we gonna reap a harvest. Right? Because in the dirt they laid down, we always have a seed to plant. And as long as we plant seeds in their dirt, we gonna always find out how we do when we put in work. When you walk across the land, you get to see different people's perspective of what's taking place. But I don't got no mercy for them motherfuckers. As long as we all understand that, you don't be surprised when you find out that when you go to bop the man like Homie the Clown, the man is not going to look like the man. The man going to look like one of us when you go to bop the man. But that nigga just lost because he was fucking with the real and he's the fake. That's what it is. I don't have no, what I'm supposed to do? They was laughing when all our ancestors was in pain. You see motherfuckers while we barbecuing and shit, they got big cheese grins on their face. So they was laughing then, so why I can't laugh now? Black Girl Magic wanna know why they mad. I don't know why they mad. They started the shit. We didn't start nothing. Right? We've been operating according to the code of righteousness. And that means always be right. So we don't start no shit. So we can't lose. Because mama words don't come back void. She said we don't lose. So we ain't losing. Shit. I'm the last resort. Once they call me, that means somebody done fucked up bad. Them niggas don't want me because I come in on 10. Right, why you come in on 10? They exhausted 1 through 9. What I'm supposed to come in on? 3? They did that already. That didn't work. 7? That shit didn't work. 9? That shit didn't work. I got to come in on 10. So I come in. 11, 10. 10 toes down on the upright. Initiated from birth. To be an ass-kicking motherfucker. To whoop these motherfuckers from pillar to post. From Joaquin to Boaz, I whoop all of them motherfuckers' ass. I shot at this motherfucker all the way to the dirt. Because I ain't never been scared to put in no work. I just as soon bust a 9 as I will pick up a book. They say you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. That must have meant I was never a nigga. Because you can't hide it from me in the book. I sniff that shit out. Like a bloodhound. A Fila Brasileiro. A Basset. A coonhound. Right? I'm going to find that shit. And then when I figure it out, you ain't going to be able to say I didn't put it all together in your face. In the public domain. For what it is. I'm just saying. It's nothing personal. I just came to get what's mine. Laugh now. Tell him, Trap Boy Freddy. Look at how they got ran down. They ain't telling before your ass got caught how you was fanned out. Look at you now. Doing like they did me. I'm gonna fucking laugh. I got a right to laugh. I don't really have a strong sense of humor like that. I got a sense of motherfucking beat a motherfucker from pillar to post. Hold my motherfucking position, stand firm in the dirt. We can buckle down and knock around and I'm gonna put in work. I hit your ass till it hurt. I don't give a fuck. You can let your girl flirt. I don't give a fuck. I could take it or leave it. So, about to start taking in before I get carried away talking that motherfucking lingo shit. I don't know if she gonna make it in. Hey, I'm probably gonna put out some music. I like talking about certain stuff. I got bars too. Look, if I was a prophet, would you watch me rise or talk about me bad and be government spies? Despise me for relentless pursuit of the truth. Since suicide bombers execute me in the booth, you can kill the man, can't kill the source. If I was a prophet, you couldn't alter my course. That's if I was a prophet. I can give you the game. Can't force you to take it. Life is filled with success, and I hope you make it. I'm giving you what it took me years to learn, but know everything you get, you need to earn. Now, this is raw game by staging degree, and if you pay attention, I can make you see shit. I'm giving you game. What made me qualified? Been married to the game since the day of inception. Illuminated vision, meaning keen perception. I studied the art of war and the art of deception. Infect these mortal minds with the art of infection. Too much bill collecting, be eating through dividends. Betrayal. That's the reason why if you say that we killing the friends. Just saying. My wifey game span both the short and the long range, but some know my wifey by one of her other names. Police struggle to solve the scattered brain. Now that's when my wifey was called the murder game. Lactose, quinine, cover the window pane. Since the days of Billie Holiday, she been labeled the dope game. Cool Hurt, Pimp C, Studio Flame. Since the days of motherfucking day. Ooh, I forgot the bars. Getting a little rusty with this shit. I ain't been in the studio in so long. Okay, so she couldn't come in.
Yo, what's up, man?
What it do? What it do?
How's it going? So, bro, oh man, so I ran into this book, right, and it started talking about shape shifting, right? So I was like, oh shit. So I was like, yeah, I gotta talk to Rod about this shit and see, like get some insight on that because I was reading it. It had a couple pages. It was talking about how it kind of starts and how you can change your perception and like how people view you from happy to sad, so forth. And it starts off with small things like that. And then, when you were talking about totem animals and things, it was kind of making that whole connection. So I was wondering if you could talk more, like a little bit deeper, like because there's more to this totem animal thing, studying it and so forth. It's like,
Right. So you brought up shape shifting and ranges of emotional um states and the reaction that people have to them. And then you went from there, segue to the totem animal. So that says your subconscious already know there's some similarity in understanding the totem animal and shape shifting.
right. So I'm because that the last time we was like, all right, if you see a particular animal, go read it, start studying it, look up how it acts and so forth. So it all over the place, rolling with that.
I'm about to give you some references.
I'm sorry. Yes, please.
So study method acting.
Method acting. All right.
Right. The best method actors out right now is Denzel Washington, um, Jim Carrey,
Okay.
Jamie Foxx, and Will Smith. They might be the best out there right now.
Okay. Okay.
When they get into character on set, they be in character till they leave the set.
Okay. Okay.
But Jim Carrey, when he did the story of the dude from Taxi Blocker.
Jim.
What's his name? Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
He
Man on the Moon.
he got stuck in that character.
Okay, channeled it.
This is the problem with method acting. He got stuck in the character and he had to go to a site to help him get unstuck from that character. He had never embodied a character so much he couldn't break free from it.
Okay.
But what he did was, by studying Andy Kaufman like he did and tuning in to the frequency of Andy Kaufman, the energy that Andy Kaufman was governed by was stronger than the energy, or just as evenly strong as the energy of Jim Carrey, who was downloading the frequency.
Okay.
So he began to look like Andy Kaufman because he was under that frequency.
Okay. Okay.
But soon as he broke character, he can look like Jim Carrey again. But
Okay.
that also made him 10 times stronger for any other character that he played.
Okay.
Right?
So, yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So now look at Will Smith playing Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Muhammad Ali sitting there.
Right.
While you watching the movie, you forget that you're not watching fucking Muhammad Ali. He tuned into the Muhammad Ali signature frequency. It's a character trait that comes with that signature frequency. And when he downloaded it, he was able to assimilate the frequency so well, he can shapeshift into the character. We watch it all the time on TV, but we never know it. Now, characters who don't really shapeshift, but make good ass movies like Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Keanu Reeves is the same character in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures he is in motherfucking John Wick.
Yep.
He's the same character in The Matrix.
Yep. Yep.
Right? But the stuff around him and his acting style gives him the ability to pull off different expressions of the same character. He never leave his personal frequency to play a character. Instead, he used his own frequency to play the character and use like the old actors used to use on when they used to do the plays, Othello and shit. Shakespearean actor. That's what he is. Right? That's why you can always tell he the same. When you talk to him in person, it's almost like you're talking to any one of the characters. If he's cracking jokes, you're talking to Bill and Ted. Right? If he's serious, you fucking need to talking to Neo, or you talking to John Wick. And here go the thing, the character John Wick, that shit that they do in there, them rich motherfuckers do that for fun and to stay in shape, combat shape. They use paint guns, paintball guns, and laser guns, laser tag, and practice shooting in crowds using Krav Maga and using judo, jujitsu. You know, they learn different forms of martial arts, and then they run the gauntlet of the course, obstacle course, and they got to try to not have any collateral damage.
Okay.
So how many you dispose of with the least amount of collateral damage is how you win the game.
Okay.
So he didn't even really have to do nothing but grow his hair out, paint some fake tattoos on, and he was John Wick already.
Right. Okay. Man, that is man. So yeah. So there's okay. So method acting, and then just because it was in the book, it was talking about kind of like the dancing, the grounding, going to, being outside. It was like find a private place, kind of just, do your dance, do your thing, just kind of, and then become the character. So, what's my man, Joker Ledger? He played the Joker. It was like a similar story when he was, like you say, said he locked himself in the room and then just became what we saw. But it's yeah, yeah. So the shape shifting part, like your physical body actually changes into the
So
character.
your physical characteristics can change over time, um, by absorbing certain frequencies.
Okay.
Instant shape shifting is a whole nother animal. You have to be from a different species than the human for that.
Okay.
Your muscles in your face have to be different. That's the only thing. You have some humans that have that ability to contort their face and make them look like different people, right? But everybody can't do it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it was saying some people would just identify as that, but then other people can actually, you know, and so and what I'm getting at a lot is because when we talk about being the X-Men and stuff, um, Mystique, right? How she could just change into anything or anybody, and is something in her, like, and that was like one of the whole movies where they after her blood because of what the properties that were in it that caused her to be able to caused her power to be. So it was so I'm like looking into the whole shape shifting, changing who it is, and then you see those type of characters all over in like the boys and stuff like that. Like it's a reoccurring thing. So I was like, yeah, just want to talk about that shit.
My man say Snoop looked just like that dog in this video. Talking about that Doberman. That the irony of it is that's his totem, one of his totems. That's why the dog is even in the video.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing eagles everywhere. Like these joints be showing up at my house, like just crazy. Walk outside, oh shit, there go one. Like there go two. Yesterday it was four. It's like all over, just in weird places, just all random. It's can't even really count anymore. It's just like okay, like crows out here. They're like, oh, what's up? What's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you drop down, fam. I'm gonna call another one up. So get a couple more in before we over with.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one, man.
All
Talk to you.
right, Tom. A moth can be a totem animal. The moth is a night butterfly, so to speak, and the moth means transformation, or you go into a dark place to transform. Um, that's the symbolism of the moth. You got different kinds too, and some of the motherfuckers the sweet as hell. Some of the prettiest patterns you ever want to see. I tried to let the sister in. Where'd she go? Go to the next one. If first you don't succeed, try and try again. Black cats come from the house of bass. The domestic house cat is a miniature um, totem animal to Bast. Then you have the tiger. That's a different goddess. She's represented from India. I can't remember who she is, but she's represented as a woman with stripes like a tiger. And then you have your Siamese cats, and that's the totem animal for it's another sister in Egypt that uses the cat. She's a Siamese cat. And then you have those that look like miniature lions, and those are under the house of Sekhmet, the orange tabbies and shit. Get some real cheese up in this mother.
What's going on?
Please God,
Peace, love.
like them
So this,
dreads, boy, you look like you straight off the motherfucking Mayan motherfucking hieroglyphics.
yeah, man, for real. Uh,
They can't tell me we came on some goddamn ships, nigga. They got paintings of you.
for
I can show a
real.
motherfucker a painting of you, hairdo
Yes,
and
sir.
all. What
I've
the
been
fuck?
here.
Over here.
I just came back. You know what I'm saying? I'm here again. But
Yeah,
this is for the power animals, though. Everybody, and dude was asking about the power animals.
yeah. So
This has the
those are the
whole
top
chart.
animals in each area. Yeah.
Yep. So, brother, one dude was just asking about the fox. The fox is for cleverness, cunning, discretion in all things, dream work, and shamanic work. And
Mm-hmm.
for the dude that was just on live with you talking about the eagle, it's the sacred messenger, visions from the spirit, ability to heal spiritually, and ability to see beyond the horizon, courage, and strength. Yep. So they got some shit in this. I recommend this book right here. It actually comes with the poster. It's called
Oh,
Shamanism.
shamanism.
Yep. Your
I might have
personal
that book.
guide. But
I'm
another
almost
thing I really wanted to talk about is referring to what's in this book right here.
the Maya.
Yeah. So, we talk about the zodiac signs and all of the charts and how everything work, but our calendars is actually wrong.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Right.
Because they didn't look. They tried to scramble the calendar so that we wouldn't know the times.
Right.
So we was gonna always be making the wrong moves to try to get free.
Mhm.
Then that's why we would always refer back to, well, what's the time? What's the calendar they on in India? What they calendar year? What's the calendar year of Egypt? What's the calendar year of Greece? What's the calendar year in Rome? So when we started doing that, they started, "God, these goddamn niggas need all these calendars for." Because we need to be able to get close enough to the accuracy without telling you what we doing, you dumb motherfuckers. That's why. We see y'all switching the dates, Julian calendars and
Yeah.
Gregorian calendars,
Yep.
named after Pope Julius and Pope Gregory. Who in the fuck is they to even institute a calendar? Them motherfuckers ain't got no motherfucking imperial rights on earth. Where the fuck
Right.
they come from?
And they tell
Cross-dressing
us that
ass
it's
drag queens?
365 days in a year.
Yeah, where they come from? Old cross-dressing drag queens?
A complete circle is 360. That's
Mm-hmm.
anybody that know that. That's common sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
so you do the math. It's supposed to be 20 days in a month, 5 days in a week, 18 months in a whole year, which gives you 360 days. So
When they
we missing some months. This is why we got two zodiac signs in one month. You see, like You transition from the Libra to the, you know,
Yeah,
Scorpio, whatever.
yeah. Libra turn to Scorpio in October,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the whole trick was if you can't line up the calendar, you can't get the zodiac right. If you can't get the zodiac right, as above, so below, you're gonna always be off a step.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So when we was just talking about doing like, the Oshun and all of this, trying to close the conjurings and stuff, it's very important to, make sure that you have that right date. But it's so misconfused and so, mixed in. eh, It's hard. It's hard to do this shit, man. I've been trying to put this together and do the math on it and trying to add it up, but
Look,
I
you
had to
got
go back.
you got women in your household.
Yeah.
I don't know if they willing to let you, but you can monitor the calendar more accurately by monitoring their natural cycles, as long as they're
Hmm.
not irregular. Their natural cycles is going to be in alignment with the moon.
Hmm. See, I gotta look into that.
Right. So you know how many cycles she's supposed to have in a year. If she's having one every 28 days and it lasts for between 3 to 5 days, that's why the days and the months are variables.
Damn.
Some February got 28 days, but some months got 30, some got 31, and every 4 years, um, February got 29 days, a leap year. They frog jumping us in time, and we can't see it because the leap year fiasco. Because they don't know how to keep time with time without losing time, so they use something to make up the time they lost.
Right. That's why they're
But you
controlling
can't
this
undo
daylight
what's
savings
already
time.
been done.
Said you can't do what's already been done.
You can't undo what's already been done.
Hmm. What you mean by that? Elaborate a little more for me.
You can't unspill the spilled milk. You can only clean it up. It's already been spilled. Now you can
Right.
just
The
clean it
shit
up.
written in
You
stone. It's
can't
already
unspill it
done.
once it's been done. You can't you can't unbreak that motherfucking jar when you drop it on the concrete. It's already broke, but you can clean it up.
That part. You know. Yeah. I just wanted to, share that information, and I appreciate the time and the information for you.
For sure, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Stay on it, young fella. You on it.
All right.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Why you over there in the dark?
I'm in the car, man.
Yeah, I thought you was trying to scare me or something.
No, no, no. Hey, man, I didn't think you was going.
Well, you on here
Hey,
now. Ain't what you thought. You asked and he is.
hey, man. So basically, my question is, so when I meditate, I be meditating and stuff, right? And like, when my basically your third eye, like I can feel it like vibrating and pulsing like throughout the day, like randomly. And
Yeah.
I was trying to see if you experienced that.
Yep.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
want I just want to know more about it because it's like it be happening, but I can't really tell people about it because it's like everybody probably not going through the same thing.
Well, wait till your crown start tingling and then the side of your head start.
You said what?
when its top crown starts going off, and then your interior gyrus right here start going off.
Yeah, I be hearing that. I be feeling that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when the messages start coming in, and you be like, "Who the fuck talking to me? Ain't nobody in the room but me, motherfucker. Where you at?"
Yeah. I'll be doing like breath exercises and stuff like that. And yeah, I just feel the stuff. Basically, I feel the stuff waking up. I feel the DNA waking up. Basically.
Yeah. But your chakra's gonna open first. Then it's gonna be your DNA. Well, now the right rays is coming in from the sun to upgrade the DNA. So the upgrade gonna be monumental. So I'm just waiting to see what the fuck happens.
I'm in the same boat, but I know for a fact I feel it happening inside. So yeah, that's why it's just good to talk to someone who know exactly what I'm talking about. Cause yeah,
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 that's
that's really all I really had to ask, man. And thank you for everything that you do. Cause man, you can go crazy, knowing stuff, and it's like most of the people just have no clue. Like have no clue what you're talking about. But a lot of more people is waking up, and I'm starting to hear a lot of different conversations now that's is not how it was 10 years ago. Like people is hip and they on to what's going on. You feel me?
yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
So we're just
Yeah,
getting the word out. So
yeah, man. Appreciate it.
for sure, for sure.
All right, love.
All right, peace, God.
All right, this time I came in early. I come in good this time. Have you been from the last time?
Yeah, peace, God.
Yeah, peace, God. I just said I'm gonna reach out to you.
Yeah,
My brother, he listened to you as well. I'll let you see him because before I start to talk, I'm gonna let you see my brother. Gino, look around. He is here. You on live with me right now. This time.
Yo, what's up, man?
what's
Listen,
going on,
we
God?
love you and respect you, bro.
Yes,
You're
sir.
doing the right thing, man. Hey, listen, this is Trinidad, man, and we going through it as well. But we
Yeah,
living. We understand what you're trying to put the knowledge onto us. We want everybody to understand that. So you just keep doing what you're doing, man.
yeah.
Strength and
Y'all
love.
got some stuff coming. Soon as Haiti get done with
Yeah, they got some bullshit going on
Hold on.
down
Let's
there,
know.
man.
He talking. All right, I'm going back to talk to you because I see everybody who here, my brethren, tell him. Right?
Big yeah, respect, man. Respect to you, man. Every time, man. Yo, listen, man. Listen.
Hold on.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I understand what you're saying, but listen, it's about that time. We need to get it going. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we support that. We support that.
yeah.
All right, let me go in back and talk to Roddy. So say down to good night to.
Oh, what's he saying?
That's how we
This is
talk to
Trinidad, man.
They say, what is he seen?
Hello.
He's right here. He's just giving it up. All right, let's show you my people who are around and shit. My elders and lefty say good night. Good night to you, brother.
Good night, brother.
Good night.
All right.
Let's go.
Right. So I'm coming to talk to you now because I want to ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, November 10th soon coming. And I wanted to say how I realized something recently. So I was thinking, I was like, Dr. Phil Valentine, C. Freeman L., Taj Tariq Bey, Dr. Sebi, all the elders who spoke, Dick Gregory, all of them who spoke, they spoke in a intricate manner that made you provoke your thought, right? But now, the way you come now and this time here now is like as if the shift just been made from those elders to you and other men like you. Billy Carson, maybe, even though he talked his own talk, but I listened to him tonight, they spoke about you on their show. I was like, that's why they had the show with all them together, because this is a new elder who stepped into a certain level of thought process where it's like, you got to take this space, because Phil Valentine, I love him, but he's no longer that oomph, that punch, that, you know what I mean? That you
Yeah,
coming with right now.
yeah,
What
we
you
don't.
reach right now, what you coming to is like, yo, you coming with the punch. You looking to knock niggas out on some gang brain banging. You
Yeah,
looking to you brain banging, but on a higher level, no. You advance on them motherfuckers. You let these motherfuckers know. I don't care about none of your petty lower gods. Because Inky and Enlil, well, Enlil, as you said, Enlil got locked up, right? Enlil, he in custody. And now this thought came to me, right? I'm like, yo, the reason why he said Inky and Billy Carson would speak about Inky and Enlil, explaining to people that this world is fucked up from Enlil doing his shit and playing around with our shit. You understand? So it's fucked up because of him, but he ain't telling you that Enlil get locked up. He's because you know what I realized though? You said something the other night. You said, no, when you're listening to your mind, they're gonna have voices in there that ain't yours. Listen carefully to your fucking voice in your head. And I think that fly over people's head because they understand what you're saying. Because when you hear yourself in your mind, we done already established the fact that thoughts come to us. Shit keep coming to us. So we gotta listen to our own head, our minds, to hear if that's our voice or not. But I'm like, yo, you the first person that kind of talk to me. And I started to do it now more regularly because you gotta practice that shit. You gotta sit down in a room as dark as fuck and stay in your own mind, take up your TV, take up your laptop, take up your phone, and think to yourself now, what the fuck is going on in my head? Because your head gonna keep going. The monkey mind gonna keep bouncing around.
and then
But the mere fact is,
when you hear the other voices, it tune you into them. So some of the voices will tell you to do some shit that ain't you. If
right,
you don't know yourself, you would do that shit. But
that's
if
what
you,
I'm saying.
so that's why I said, listen, you got to know yourself enough to know somebody putting a thought there that ain't yours.
Right. And now, by you saying that though, it make me realize that that's why you was able to pick up on that information from the Galactic Council, separate to Billy Carson or Phil Valentine, because they ain't never said nothing like that. It might be
Well,
simple shit you say, that's some serious shit, you know.
yeah. So
They
look,
ain't never tell you, well, listen to your mind.
I get the articles.
And you got the articles too.
I posted them on my Instagram.
That Enlil got locked up in the Galactic Council, that
Yeah,
article.
yeah,
Fuck, I didn't even see that when I was looking for it.
yeah. It got the aliens. It's two parts. The aliens facing opposite directions.
So that
Then
gives you that's a knockback.
yeah, and then I got the article where the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers is trying to surrender to the.
Right, I saw that one too. Yeah, I saw that one too. I saw that one, right.
Mm-hmm,
The next thing I want to say though is, now this Larry Hoover, free Larry Hoover, so I in Trinidad and Tobago, right?
mm-hmm.
But we know about tribalism. We got different tribes down here too. We know about we connected because it's the Americas. Back to the motherland, and that's back to the mainland. Big Mama just send things down here, we collect it, we give it, we send back stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the free Larry Hoover thing now, for a while, it was taking me trying to figure out his relevance separate from what you've been saying, because now I believe everything you say, right? I work with what you say because it resonates with them myself. Now, I was trying to figure out something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to something recently now where there's a brother. Now he's a weird brother. His name is Whack 100. You know him. You probably heard of it, right?
Yeah, I know what one it is.
Right. So he's talking on a Hebrew channel about religion and God and shit. And they talk about prophets. And this man came out and said, well, if y'all talking about prophets, I know a prophet. Larry Hoover, a motherfucking prophet, because there's a secret footage of him speaking about in 1998 what's going to happen like right now. And it's exactly the same thing. That's what he's saying. I'm like, oh, shit. Now, it's crazy. I have to use Whack 100, a crazy guy, to verify what you've been saying about free Larry Hoover. But that's how the message comes across sometimes, though. You got to hear somebody who you don't respect say some shit that's truth. Would be like, yo, Larry Hoover said what he said in 1998. The shit is happening right now. And that motherfucker is a prophet. So I'm saying, no, that's a chief. That's what Rawhead been saying. He's a fucking chief. So in your mind, there's no doubt in your mind that he's coming out.
No, ain't no doubt in my mind. He in
Ain't no doubt
Raven
in your mind he coming out.
he in Raven Rock, Colorado, continuity of government with the rest of the chiefs receiving the transitional government. They part of the transitional team, right?
Right.
And soon as the transition is done in the background, that's when they come out into the forefront.
So no doubt in your mind, Larry Hoover coming out here and he gonna talk to the fucking people because
Ain't
he
no
is a fucking prophet. I mean, he's a chief. He gotta talk. He gotta say something on the land.
yeah, they
Free
got
Larry Hoover. I'm saying that from Trinidad and Tobago. Like, yo, Larry Hoover gotta come out of fucking jail. Even when you were saying it from before, even the first time I first saw you, when you went viral on the Intergalactic Council, and you was talking about, man, they're gonna let down some thunderstorm, some lightning that's gonna be so loud that y'all motherfuckers they're angry and shit, and they gotta free Larry Hoover. That's the first time I saw you talking about that from that time. But I kept it in my mind because I'm like, yo, I'm in Trinidad, but the brother is making my mind reach a certain level where I understand what he's saying from all the way down here because the Queen of England, that Elizabeth got to do what she did. Like I tell people, the mother of all harlots. She just died. So what the fuck we gonna blame anybody else? Who's the mother of all harlots now? I
well,
don't know anybody else.
well, the Queen Elizabeth's been dead, but they didn't
That's what
announce
I'm
it until
saying.
they can use it to send a signal. They couldn't announce she was dead till they had the Queen of the Black nobility in custody.
Oh, okay.
So once because she's a cat's paw, she's the face of the people
She's
that
the
don't do
CEO. Yeah.
anything.
Right.
So the lizard bitch been dead, but they was using this lookalike that they got from this acting place to play
Yeah.
her in the public. But they couldn't
Yeah.
announce it until the white hats get the queen of the black nobility in Switzerland. They had to get her in custody first.
Right.
So once they finally got, because she was the hive queen for the motherfuckers. So once they got her in custody, now they can tell y'all, ding dong, the bitch is dead. Ding dong, the bitch is dead.
That's what we needed in Trinidad because my country connected to that bitch. You understand? And that bitch causing us to be, well, it's still in Lil with that political system. That political system that we under is in Lil and them motherfuckers that keep doing this shit that got us so crazy where we can't even fucking see each other as individuals, as human beings. If I ain't got on a chain, I can't get the same bitches as you. I can't do this. I can't. Like, we got to get over that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to get over that shit. But you know, I've been talking a lot. I probably have some more questions, but I'm going to come on again later on next time.
Okay.
But like I said again, you've been fucking doing the work, putting in that work, and making me see your points and connecting the dots as you go along. As you say, don't side with information. Don't side with the person giving information. If you side with information, right?
Yeah.
Don't side with the person. Side with what they're saying, and look for the fucking knockbacks.
Yeah.
And I like that you said that you believe in no doubt in your mind Larry Hoover coming out. And he got to come out because what he been doing is a realist. What he represent is a chief. He got to speak.
So,
because he going to call these motherfuckers out. When they come out, you know what's happening, man. You know I'm one of them going to be outside, as I say, outside. Because I know you're going to crack some of their fucking heads too. If you get a chance. That's how I'm saying.
Hey, look.
Some very big men.
You know, all this old talking shit ain't for me. I'm about, let's go do this shit.
Me too.
But
me too.
You know, they want me
too.
So I'm gonna teach the best I can teach.
Until Big Mama give you the okay to tell you, well, go outside now and play because, you know, I know you've been wanting to do this. So go ahead. Once she give you the okay, then you go outside. But for now, we just gonna hold it up, do what we gotta do. And I also like though how you kill that Moorish argument though. All that paperwork and suing the state and all that shit. Forget about all that. Something else coming for them.
Shit, that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, all that shit is bogus. Like, I mean, I can show you some shit here, but it's public. But yeah, I'll be going through a lot with the police because of my place and whatever. But when I think about how you speak, I'm like, yo, just fucking, they gonna get their big judgment coming to them. They got it lined up. It's already fucking in their hand. It's right there. Just hold on a little bit longer. Just wait because they're gonna get that fucking blow.
We didn't have police before the motherfuckers came, and we didn't have prisons before they came. Why we need that shit?
That's what I'm saying. And you know, something I wanted to ask you though. The other day you was talking to somebody, right? And you was explaining to them about the Sharif, but you didn't get a chance to because I think they stopped you from speaking. But you was explaining like what the Sharif gonna do if a child throw a rock and break somebody's glass. What's gonna happen then? Like I was waiting to hear that like response because you still gonna need to have the Sharif, even though it's tribal shit and shit go. You know what I mean? Just to make sure everything still have that structure because you know what I mean. But I wanted you here to explain the Sharif. How they gonna function? What they gonna do? They got jails with them? What they doing?
Look, we gonna be policing our own communities. We're not gonna
Right.
be
So if
moving
somebody fuck up,
outside. You're not gonna be allowed to be police in this area and you ain't from here.
right.
Now they import police from all over the country to different places. And they don't understand the local culture, so they abuse their authority. Right? So they gonna have to either fall in line, and ain't gonna be no police, but we gonna have sheriffs. Right? And we might have marshals, but that shit gonna get phased out too. But we going from a criminal culture to a righteous culture. We need
That's right.
a transitional team in place for that, for the people to learn to go back to the old ways. Right? And Page say still gonna need an army. We ain't no more that living off another motherfucker's earnings. You gonna have to earn your own shit.
Right. You're gonna have to, as you say, when Big Mama house have no food, we got to go and put food in our house.
Yeah, all of it.
Everybody gonna get you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We gotta get the
too
food.
many people.
Because 50 motherfuckers coming to the house every day. That's how Big Mama house stay. You gotta have food in there. We gotta go get this food and bring it back for Big Mama.
Yeah, that's
Just to
why
make sure the house got food.
she always lived on the farm, cause Uncle Joe
Right.
was the butcher. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Uncle Bobby and Uncle Mike, they was the motherfuckers that barbecued and cooked.
That's right.
And the women was the ones that fed everybody and organized the plates around the table and said who was sitting where.
Right.
You know? And better not nobody sit in Big Mama's seat, in Big Papa's seat. Y'all already know better.
Right. And the next thing you said is what Big Mama always got somebody baby in the house. Somebody in the family baby always in Big Mama house. Right now, my 2 nephews in my mama house. Because it always got to have a baby in there. Big Mama always got a baby in her house all the time. They got to say by Big Mama for 6 months. They got to be there for a month. They got to be for 2 months. Summer vacation. Big Mama always got a baby in her house. Yo. She always got a baby in there. Or an 8-year-old or somebody 9-year-old or a 10-year-old. In the fuck, my nephew's right now in the house with us because that's Big Mama house. They got to come home to Big Mama and stay with her for a little while until their mama, which is her daughter. You know what I mean? That's what Big Mama do. And they taking care of them all the time.
Mm-hmm. But that also gives the parents a break from parenting,
yeah,
so they can have a chance to do the relationship maintenance on the one-on-one. But
that's what you're talking about right there. You see what you went there? You went right in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they hold me, because that's why it happened.
We forgot. So now we don't want our mamas keeping our kids and our aunties keeping our kids. They doing that so you can go do your relationship maintenance with your partner.
Yes, that's right. You're right. You the truth, man. You the truth, man. Because I'm telling you, that's why they're 2 twins and they eat the fucking house out of my mother. Anywhere I go, if I'm buying food, she like, make sure you remember for some of them kids. Them kids home, make sure she don't play with that shit. That's some real shit.
She not gonna have them at her house hungry. That's why.
She not playing with that. If you go to buy food, you gotta buy for them kids too. Like, you know, uncle, I gotta go and buy for them. But that's what Big Mama roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same love for us. That's why the prime source creator is Big Mama energy.
Yeah.
It's Big Mama. God is Big Mama. They don't want to hear that, but you told me that, and I know that's a fucking fact from since day one, because they got more attributes that's feminine to God than masculine.
I got a Facebook video called Let's Examine the Structure of Creation that explains all that. This video about to cut off in about 20 seconds. I'm about to be done for the night. But
all right.
I'll be back on here soon. And if I got
Stay
any
strong,
news,
war. Stay strong, God. Stay strong, God.
for sure.
Stay strong.
Appreciate you, man. Much love to you down there.
Stay strong, God. Stay